bath, I tell you.
Yeah, and it sounds darn sight better if you're singing in the bath than if you put it through the little box with a microchip. That's a certainty. It's Roundtable. It's 21 minutes to 7 o'clock. Radio 1, 275-285. Have I left anything else? Don't think so. No? New single from John Lennon. Would you care to hear?
Yes, please.
All right.
Our life together.
Produced by Jack Douglas, Alf Iphitopoulos? No, the other Jack Douglas, Yoko Ono, and the lad himself, John Lennon, on Geffen Records. And just like starting over, driving us mad here round the table, because there's about 4 songs which it reminds everybody of, and none of us can think what it is. I don't know. Andy.
Yes, but we all know what a subtle guy John Lennon is. I mean, for all we know, sat there in New York or wherever he is at the moment, that may be exactly what he wanted to do.
To drive people mad.
It crosses my mind that maybe, if you want to be really cynical about it, this big deal with Mr. Geffen has forced John Lennon to do something in a hurry. And even if it has, that's the first time I've ever heard it. I want to play it on Monday morning. I think it's great to have him back. And it's good. Why it's good, I'd have to tell you in 2 weeks' time, but I can hear myself whistling that on the way up Regent Street.
I think it's one of the most commercial things
Splendid.
produced in a long time. Well, it's one of the first things he's produced in a long time, but one of his most commercial.
It's so good to have him back. I mean, it's been an age, hasn't it? It's been a long time.
Any friends who are listening, you might pass the word that the next time he's in London, he's got a seat here anytime he wants it. Why not? If you don't ask, they can't say no. Steve?
I'm wondering if there is any hidden genius there, like there used to be. I remember, like, when you used to play the Beatles albums, you never could grasp the songs because there were so many so good on the album that used to come very fast, you know, and then you play them again. Excuse me, and you get used to them. But I hope this is one of those, but I don't know. I think since the parting of the ways, I think McCartney's lost a lot of what he had when they were together, and I think Lennon's lost a lot of what they had when they were together, you know. And for a guy who's earning $5 million a year, I guess, has he got to try anymore?
Let's ask a guy who's earning $5 million a year.
Well, I'm sorry, Steve, I fundamentally disagree with that. I think that Paul McCartney has flowered since he's left the Beatles. He created a great team of songwriters with Lennon in the Beatles. I think McCartney's done great, and I think he's been slagged off an awful lot for what he's done, but the man is music. And
Definitely.
as far as I'm concerned, of the two, no matter how highly I regard, how highly I regard Paul McCartney, for me, John Lennon has been a genius since the first time I heard him, and I feel that this is the best record we've played so far. We talked about Stevie Wonder earlier being a genius, and for me, Stevie Wonder's a genius who's slightly lost his way at the moment. Lennon is a genius who's just beginning to find his way back. And I think that what he's doing, and the title I think is very significant, because it's
just like starting
over.
Yeah.
And for me, he's been through the problems that everyone goes through when you have to try and re-find your roots and everything else. It seems to me that he's going back to his roots and going back to those early American influences that the Beatles had. They didn't, in fact, write an awful lot of their own songs on the early albums. They did an awful lot of cover versions and put their own interpretations on them.
That's right.
And I think that this is going to be a very significant step in Lennon's move back into being a very, very significant artist. I'm full of admiration for the guy. He's always been very obscure, and there's always been a cryptic message in, well, not always, but mostly been a cryptic message in his songs. He's one of the few contemporary writers who's been able to, I feel, combine a social responsibility with great artistic ability. And I think, along with Dylan in his heyday, is probably one of the finest contemporary writers that the world has ever known. And I can't praise this enough. I think it's absolutely phenomenal.
I think it comes back to what I said, Adrian, a couple of minutes ago about tongue-in-cheek. Maybe he's done it absolutely deliberately and put into that song and that sound a lot of early influences.
I think we may
said, listen, I'm back.
I think we may have forgotten what Lennon was all about.
It's been a long time.
He was a very biting personality, a very perceptive man, and this may mean an awful lot more than the superficial feeling of the song and when we first hear it, because we're all trying to go to the you know, it reminds us of different songs, but I think this is going to mean an awful lot.
Well, let's hope it's the first of many, because it's nice to have him back making records rather than just being a house husband. Although I'm I'm sure he was a perfectly good house husband. All right, would you hand out the cardboard cutout guitars, please? Thank you.